This is James Hodder for Eiffel TV in association with Atkins Gym Marbella. I'm in London today for the big Xmas Cracker press conference. With me, I've got promoter Frank Warren. How you doing, Frank?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Good, I'm very well. Good to get them two together, but surely even you must be getting fed up of seeing them head-to-head in, Frank?
Well, I think everybody's sort of quite bored with that. We want the fight on,
Yes.
and it is on. It's on the 19th of December up in Manchester, and we're looking forward to it and looking forward to a great fight.
Again, I'm going to ask you, Billy Joe Saunders is your man, you promote him and manage him. How confident are you that he'll be the WBO
He's
champion
done
come the
everything
19th?
that's been asked of him. He's won the British, Commonwealth, European. He's done it the hard way, and he's undefeated. I think in his last, up until his last fight, which was basically a marking time fight, up until then, I think he's beat about six guys who are all undefeated. So, he's been in with decent quality opposition, and as I say, come out victorious in all of them. And I think he will do in this fight as well. I've got tremendous respect for Andy. We know he can punch, he can box a bit, and he's always he's won it. He's done it and won it the hard way. But this is a tough fight for him, in my opinion.
Billy Joe Saunders, as you said, rightly so, he is the #1 mandatory challenger. He's earned the right to get himself in that situation. Do you think that adds more spice to the fight, Frank?
Yeah, well, it's a mandatory fight. I'm sure under normal circumstances, they wouldn't want this one. It's a fight that Andy's got to have. But Bill wants it. It's not like Bill's tried to duck or dive. He wants to fight, and I think we're going to end the year on BoxNation on a high on the 19th of December. And the real winners will be the fans, because I think it's going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a classic fight.
Andy Lee somewhat has been a great boxer early on in his career, but he seems to have developed into a puncher, notably over the last 3 or 4 performances. What can Billy do to win this fight, Frank? To nullify that?
I think he's just got to do what he does really well, which is to go out there and use his brain. He's got a great boxing brain. He's got a good jab when he wants use it, and I think that I think he will nullify that threat. He's got to be obviously top of his game. But Bill's not a bad banger as well. He's had a couple of fights where he's been an underdog in those fights, and he's knocked both the guys out. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about spectacular knockouts.
A little bit on the card as well. It's great to see Liam Smith and Terry Flanagan in action so soon after winning the belts. Any news on what sort of calibre opposition we can see?
Well, Liam will be making his first defence. As I say, next week we'll be announcing the opponents. We're working on that at the moment. And Terry's on holiday, he gets back tomorrow, and I'll speak with him and Steve Wood and see where we go with that, and we'll work that one out. But we'll be making the announcements for that next week.
Terry's second event, so is there any mandatory situation, or is it a voluntary for this?
He's had his mandatory and won and defended his title in style. Fabulous style. I think that was an outstanding performance that he put in, as was Liam's. Liam showed what he can do, and as I've said at the press conference, I've always believed that the better the opposition, the better the fighter he'll show that he is. Liam Smith, I think, is a quality young fighter, and we'll be looking to keep stepping him up.
What did you make of Shane Mosley taking to Twitter to call out Liam Smith?
He can have that fight in a heartbeat. If all he needs to do, get his manager to contact me, and let's see what we can do. I'd love to see that. I'd like to see that fight. It's a good fight for Liam. It's a tough fight. It's not an easy fight, but it certainly would get the attention of everybody as to how good Liam is.
Could that be a potential fight for December the 19th?
Yeah, if he's ready and he will do it, and we can agree terms, let's get it on.